Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Daily Bone Podcast, where we discuss all things crypto market. That includes the majors like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, meme coins, and of course, NFTs. Today, we're going to talk about the crypto market dump, giving back all of those gains amidst weak GDP data and the S&P falling off a cliff, as well as incoming tariffs and FTX unlocks. All of the bad news, all in one place, all in one day. We're also going to discuss historical bull market corrections and where we could find a potential bottom. Good morning. Good morning. I got Easy with me today. Easy, I saw we got stopped out of a trade here amidst this chaos.
We got cooked on one. I went to bed. I was like, I think we might bounce slightly. Maybe I wake up to like 140 area. Woke up, the S&P futures were down astronomically, and it completely torched the so long that I had open, hoping for a bounce. Seems we're going to get lower lows, which is not ideal. So got cooked on that. Going to sit on my hands for a little bit and just see what happens. Make it all back, obviously. Just part of the game. Can't bet 100%.
Yep, cannot bat 100%, but you need to be winning in the swings you win. You got to win bigger. I know you were working on your taxes a little bit yesterday, and this show today is brought to you in partnership with Awaken Tax. I still need to jump on this. I need to set up an appointment with my accountant. I need to get him all of this data. So I'm planning throughout the week getting through some of this Awaken data. It's not too bad for me. I know you had a decent amount of transactions you need to look at. But better to start early, and better to start early because Awaken is offering free Solana transactions. That means that all Solana transactions will not count towards your transaction caps for their different packages. This is until March 15th, so 11 days to get your Solana wallets in. And this is the alpha. It's getting signed up and putting your Solana wallets in free of charge. You get to see your transactions. You get an estimate on your taxes. You see your portfolio. Nick actually found $30-some thousand of stake Solana he completely forgot about yesterday. So getting your wallets in, even if you're not going to use the software for taxes, could have benefits in terms of like portfolio tracking, and then also just kind of locking in that free Solana transaction benefit. So get on awaken.tax. You can use the code BODOGGOS if you do sign up for a paid plan for 20% off. We have a 30% off code in the Discord for our Bodoggo. So if you go to Discord into the announcements channel, you can see it there. If you can't find it, just ping me. Easy. We'll be able to get you that code to get 30% off your taxes. Awaken makes it super easy. You were using this a lot yesterday. What was your experience with Awaken yesterday?
I mean, it made my life significantly easier. Sorry, my Wi-Fi just froze up. I would say right now the main thing is it streamlined a lot of it. So it just flags the high priority transactions that you need to do. And I've obviously got forms from like exchanges that have off ramped, things like that. And with that, there's still some discrepancy from like how much you take out versus how much is from this year versus last year versus the year before. If you kept money on crypto, paid your taxes, obviously, I'm very happy to pay my taxes on it all. And it kind of adjusted a lot of it. So that was the nice thing for me, was being able to see a significantly more accurate picture of what's short term, what's long term, what's income. So airdrops, things like that, perps trades, leverage trades, things like that. And it breaks it all down. So it makes it significantly more streamlined, as well as all the DeFi I'm doing. So I'm able to flag what's a liquidity add versus a liquidity withdraw, things like that, and give me the most accurate report that I can then send over. And it just made it so much easier for me to now be able to go in, just upload the forms. It integrates right with TurboTax, which is something that I use, and then I can send it over and add my account into it all. Just be like, hey, double check all this, make sure I'm good to go. And yeah, it's been great. So huge fan of it. Hands down the best tax software I've used to date. And this is year 7 of crypto taxes. So well done by Awaken Tax. Like Ray mentioned, if you're in the Discord, we have a 30% off code. If you're not in the Discord, we have a 20% off code that we will give you as well, but use code BODOGGOS. And then if you're in the Discord, find that 30% code because it's well worth it. I think it's beyond worth it to pay. I mean, I had to pay for the unlimited tier just because I think it's got me at like 38,000 transactions, which is a ton. So yeah, it's only having to comb through a couple hundred after having 38,000 was a big sigh of relief for me. I was like, okay, thank God I don't have to go through all this.
Yeah, I've always been an NFT guy in terms of like trading prior to like this year, I'd say 2024. I did a lot more meme coin trading in 2024, and I knew I needed tax software. Before I kind of just like manually did my transactions. That's just like physically impossible at this point for me. Thousands and thousands of meme coin transactions just would take so much time. I see that Tio Chades is asking about W2 forms with Awaken. So Awaken's basically just a tool to like aggregate your crypto activity essentially. and it provides all of the tax forms that involve crypto that you provide your account. So it doesn't do the actual filing for you, but it gets it aggregates all of your crypto data, and they also like recommend different crypto tax professionals. If you don't have one, they have recommendations directly on their site. And like I said, free Solana transaction by March 15th. If you're taking anything away from this, even if you're not using the platform, put your Solana wallets on here by March 15th, because later you might regret not doing this. So this is the little tiny step you have to take to start getting your taxes done, is just put in your wallets. It takes 5 minutes tops. Don't have to do much. Just put them in, make your account, and then you'll at least have the clear headspace to say, like, okay, these are all in here. They're going to be free for Solana transactions. And then when I come back to this and it's time to actually file, I'll be thanking my past self for making this decision. Love working with Awaken because it's a platform that we all use and absolutely love. Home run partnership in terms of Awaken, and just really excited to be working with them and using the platform. Easy. We've got a busy day today. Why don't we just go right off the bat with a weather report, and then we can start talking about some of the topics that are going on.
Let's dive right into it. I don't have the fancy music, but we're going to cover it anyway. So it's not pretty on the majors. They've given back all of their Sunday gains. Bitcoin under 83K by a hair, sitting at 82,936. ETH under 2,100, sitting at 2069. And Solana all the way down to 134.64. Over the past 24 hours, $970 million was liquidated from crypto traders as the crypto total market cap fell 9%. Fear and greed has dropped all the way down to 24. The S&P fell 1.7% on the day and is now down almost 5% from its all-time highs that were set just 2 weeks ago. Pre-market trading looks like we're going to open up slightly bloody here in about 18 minutes as well, trading down another $2.50. So it seems we are not out of the woods yet. Next up, Ben Zhao released and updated on hacked Bybit funds that have now all been laundered, mainly through the Thor chain, and 77% of the funds are still traceable. 20% have gone dark, and 3% have been frozen. Shout out Thor chain, just encouraging crime. Absolute scumbags. Finally, the SEC continues to shed existing crypto cases as it ended its lawsuits against Yuga Labs and dismissed its lawsuit against Kraken with prejudice. So seeing more light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to the SEC's investigation into the crypto assets and the crypto ecosystem. So tons of fun in the market, some positive, some negative. Overall, a chaotic day across the board.
Excellent weather report as always. Easy. We've got a lot to talk about today. We got the market dump. 970 million liquidated. It's up to $1 billion now over the last 24 hours. Fear and greed index dropped. I think Kaleo summed it up the best on what crypto participants are feeling right now in this little video.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw this one. The girl getting spiked by a volleyball during warm-ups.
Yep.
Slowly walking off to the side to like get treatment, and then another person coming up and smashing her in the head again. That's pretty much what it feels like. We had a pretty bad downturn last week. We had like a small relief rally on Sunday, and then an absolute bloodbath yesterday. Some reasons I've seen on the timeline and across news sources about why we're dumping. We saw the tariffs with Mexico, Canada, and China going into effect. China announced some reciprocal tariffs. We also saw $431 million of Solana get unstaked by FTX and Alameda from their wallet. 3.3 million was sent to Binance, and we saw a negative 2.8% GDP growth report coming out of the Atlanta Fed. So we saw a ton of negative like catalysts for the market. Have you seen anything else easier? You think it's just kind of a confluence of those I just mentioned?
I mean, I think it's a confluence of what you mentioned. I'm just more pissed at myself going to bed with a leverage trade open. That's the one thing I'm angry about. Absolutely torched me. Dude, what the fuck was I thinking? I went against one of my cardinal rules, which is like monitor those positions. And instead I was like, yeah, maybe we catch the bounce while I'm asleep. Didn't set stop losses or take profits, so got absolutely fried on that. I think the other thing here to look at is what's interesting to me is tariffs usually don't coincide with rate cuts. And if you have tariffs, rate cuts typically don't happen. But now we're priced at 3 rate cuts for 2025, which started January. We were only like one was basically the surefire conclusion. So I've been seeing that, which is really interesting to track. You had the Atlanta GDP come out yesterday at minus 2.8% with a forecast at minus 1.5%. So almost 2x down on where the overall economy is. So that's showing the economy has some major signs of weakness right now, which is not what you want. I saw an interesting post yesterday talking about how Trump's major audience is actually a younger audience and not really as heavy as into risk on assets. The majority of equities are owned by the top 10%, and housing is owned by massive corporations at this point, with things like BlackRock and more buying most of the housing on the market. That means younger audiences typically don't have risk on assets. So if the economy takes a hit and houses go down and equities go down,
they'll view it as positive.
Yeah, it becomes more affordable. So like the younger audience that is this most recent election was very much so leaning Trump comparatively to 2016 and 2020. This is a change in pace. So it's almost like despite Trump pushing this down, it's not affecting what many believe is his core audience. Yeah, it was by Chamath, which was interesting. Big chunk of his followers are not assets owners. They're more middle and lower class voters. So like this negative economic effect isn't as heavily impeding on the audience that essentially voted for him. So them seeing these tariffs, they don't really give a shit, which is crazy to think about. Us, we care a lot because like we stare at these markets all day. Me personally, it's like I'm watching this all day. I had the S&P chart open yesterday while scalp trading Sol and ETH because it was like they were basically trading in parallel with one leading the other. So you could almost figure out which direction to go for some quicker trades, which we did well on. And then once again, I just made a stupid move. So
was that in the like our company's DYDX or just yours?
Yeah, we're at 2,800. So we're still up, but like we just got cooked yesterday. We were running it up and then I left a Sol long open, hoping for that bounce.
Nick's pissed.
No, because Nick commented on it and like actually he shared his thoughts. He thinks it goes down to like the 120s, which we're still sitting directly at this 618 fib, which is what I was like trying to catch a bounce off of because we did bounce pretty hard off of it last time we tested it. Now it's like the bigger thing here is look at the S&P, which is about to wick lower, which I'm like, this is wick low on S&P could open the door for some really interesting stuff that I'm not a big fan of. And then Pio, I saw you sell some covered calls on MicroStrategy and you had some slight fear that they may get called.
Well, no, on our show yesterday, I made the declaration that I wasn't selling them. Nick immediately was like, I think you can sell them. And then after like 4 hours, I was like, yeah, I think Nick's probably right. I mean, like during the show, it wasn't as bad as it was at like 2 p.m. At 2 p.m., It was just like, this shit is over. So I was like, all right, let me fire off some fucking covered calls. The likelihood of MicroStrategy going to $400 this week feels pretty low.
It's impossible. like brutally honest, impossible in my opinion. Like there's a higher chance that the tariffs get recalled and President Trump steps down than MicroStrategy going to 400 this week.
Yeah.
What time's the crypto summit on Friday? Like there'd have to be some banana stuff there, and that have to happen before March.
Bro, did you see the rumors that the crypto summit's gonna like the announcement's gonna be no capital gains tax on crypto? I think it's bullshit.
They can't just come out and announce that.
No, that was fake.
No.
One guy.
Yeah, I saw that.
Mike Alfred loved fucking with people.
I do think too, like Nick's point, you can't just announce that. It has to get voted on. It has to go through the House. It has to go through Senate. The other thing too is like, the more I thought about this crypto strategic reserve, the more I was like, oh, these MFers are literally just posting an announcement of an announcement. Like that still has to get like passed to some capacity. And they're just saying that this is what they're going to do, but there's not been any buy activity. Like we're at a point right now where like a news headline this morning was El Salvador buys 5 Bitcoin. I was like, dude, I could go buy 5 fucking Bitcoin. And are you going to write a news article about me? What, the 5 Bitcoin is now a bullish trend signal? Like, dude, come on. Like that's why I'm also like, we've got to be somewhat close to a relief bounce or some level of a bottom. If we're posting announcements of El Salvador buying 5 Bitcoin. The other one I saw yesterday too was like, oh shit, Michael Saylor stopped posting his imaginary yield number that they get for Bitcoin holdings, probably because he's in the red now. And I was like, okay, this is like getting to a point where some of this stuff, I'm like, what is going on, man?
Well, I mean,
Nick, you called it yesterday. I mean, you pretty much spot on yesterday. Anyone who listened to your advice is very happy.
Well, I was still late on it. The original advice was when I texted Easy, and I should have listened right then because we were literally at the top of that range, and I'm like, this ain't it. This ain't it. And I still, dude, the reality is these things don't happen over the course of like a day. That like the market action that we're seeing right now is kind of ridiculous. I think the tariff impact is legit. I think that some of these policies are wild. I think Elon's kind of wilding out personally with some of his stuff. But I think that like we have to wait and see some of this stuff, like the SEC stuff. I think is really interesting. The problem is like what you're really looking for, the true fundamentals, is things where people can go and build something sustainable. And I saw the Yuga lawsuit was dropped by the SEC, which is big news, but you still end up into a situation where what is an NFT business? And we're still years past that, where it's not clear that there is one. It's not clear there ever was one. And a lot of the things that came out associated with, frankly, crypto as a whole has not really materialized. I think the stablecoin stuff is interesting. I think that, if banks adopt some of that, it's interesting. I think if the government implements blockchain technology to provide more transparency, I think that's interesting. Does that pump our bags? Not really. I mean, like maybe there's something that people end up getting. The main thesis, which I think, if anything, honestly, is like the narrative around Bitcoin is pretty much like the main thing that ends up driving anything at this point in time, because everything else is just kind of like, why does this exist? Like, what purpose does this serve? And it still feels like we're in this like laboratory where people are building products which come and go, and no one ends up figuring anything out. And that's the thing where it's very doom and gloom the way that I'm framing it, but I also feel like it's just practical. We finally, this run, got like a wallet that worked. We had Phantom Wallet was like kind of the main wallet of this cycle, which has now given rise to a bunch of other wallets that have built legitimate stuff. But like, we just started getting wallet technology that works in this space, which I'm just like, that's crazy.
Well, stablecoins are widely used both by retail, individuals doing remittances globally. I mean, the volume of stablecoin like transfers is just insane globally. And then beyond that, publicly traded traditional finance companies like Robinhood are using a crypto backend to easily settle transactions between traditional finance and crypto via stablecoins. So obviously there's development. It takes a long time.
Well, yeah, but my main point with those things is, does it pump your bags? And my thought is, for a lot of these things, no.
Pumps the Bitcoin bag over a long, like, which is going to pump either way.
Maybe.
Yeah, well, I mean, Bitcoin's going to go up. Whether or not Robinhood using stable coins on the back end impacts it, I mean, it's just adoption of the technology that Bitcoin brought into the world. It's just the natural trajectory of a new revolutionary technology being globally adopted by the entire human race. I mean, it just takes time. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Doug Toshi says, hey, Doge Toshi, who says nobody would be complaining about the tech if tariffs weren't destroying our bags. Yeah, if the price was up, it would be good tech.
I was going to say, like, the technology, like, yeah, people only care about the price. They literally only care about the price. That's it. Like, that's why people are upset about Ethereum. Ethereum is not working worse than it used to. Like, the functionality of Ethereum is as good as ever. Like,
I don't know. It's working pretty bad. The price used to be 34,000 back in December, and now it's 2,000. So it's not working very well.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Ethereum is functionally as good as ever. The price hasn't gone up, so people are upset. What I'd like to do is I'd like to know, Easy, if you were like using DYDX right now. I know obviously you left your long open overnight, and that wasn't good.
Why?
Um,
Why are we doing levered trades overnight? Can we make a rule that there's no levered trades
I
overnight?
said I was dumb for leaving it open. I should have closed it. I should have just closed it. I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I was like, I just thought I'd catch the bounce. I woke up and we were only down like $12, and then this morning it just nuked. Sol took like a $3-4 hit, and I was like, God damn. Okay.
well, like if you're gonna short something, like is now a good time? I know
I'd short Sol here. When I
Okay.
look at the three, Sol's catching a slightly larger bounce than Ether Bitcoin. Like on a smaller time frame, Sol right now is catching some level of a bounce here. I would want to short Sol. It's back up to 136. ETH is still showing an uglier candle. We can actually show this.
Look
I
at
say
the
that
hype.
because
Where do we find the bottom? Like,
I don't know, but we are short Sol here. I said I wasn't going to open a trade, but we're short Sol here. I was like, okay, we're going to short Sol. This is the ETH chart showing significantly more weakness. Even Bitcoin showing more weakness. And then you have Sol, which oddly enough has a green candle. So I'm like, okay, this is not, Sol's not going to lead. Sol's not going to lead. So I'm like, yeah, this is where I would short. And then if you want to look for something that I'm trying to find the long on, would be hype. This chart is one that I want to eventually long. Not here because everything's fucking bleeding. But the hype chart is one I'm very interested in.
what's the liquidity on Kaido look like on DYDX? I know they added that recently.
Some of the like quote like alternative ones are not great. Like shorting this would just be you can't get a good fill at all.
I would start accumulating hype. I'm interested in hype.
I like
now,
hype here.
This is a DCA approach to entry. So no, I do not know if it's the bottom or not, but it's pulled back so much. Like,
Yeah.
It looks like, was the low 11 or is that just the low on this particular? Obviously, it started at like 1, right? Where did it start?
On hype?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it started technically, yeah, like started at basically nothing, but it's sitting at 16 right now, which is its recent low.
Yeah, but I want to know like how, like when Solana was at $8 and people ended up buying that was
I mean,
like
hype wasn't around.
no, I understand. I'm making a comparison to that's when you wanted to buy versus like if you bought at $80, it's great, but you're not feeling as strong right now if you bought at $80 than if you bought at $8. So I'm just trying to understand what contextually what's the lowest that we have on any of these charts, because my chart only goes back to like $10.
I mean, yeah, it's opening candle wicked up to 17. I'd be looking to buy
Is
here.
that the first lot? Is that the beginning,
That's
the
day one.
first day of trading?
Yeah, first day.
Okay,
I'd
so
be
the
looking
people
in
that
this range.
bought at like $8 or higher?
Yeah. Well, there was a huge airdrop. Like they airdropped like 90% of the community. So the majority of these
I
hype
remember that,
believers, the majority of these hype believers weren't like buying it. They just got gifted a bajillion dollars.
That's
Literally
trillion.
like a bajillion with a B. $1 trillion. It doesn't. The number doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even exist.
I'm
But
about
dude,
to do something wild. I'm gonna like take my ETH bag and swap the whole fucking thing into like hype or something like that. Like
I like that trade. Call me crazy. I like that trade. I like the hype trade a lot. A lot. I also like Kaido. Like I bought a ton of Kaido and I want to buy more.
Where can I swap into hype? Just like Uniswap or something like that?
You have to bridge to
Bridge to Arbitrum.
Bridge to Arbitrum.
So if I think this way, like the easiest way, you would know, Nick. I think it's slap a VPN on, open up sideshift.ai, send the ETH through sideshift to Arbitrum, bingo, bango, boom. It'll be on Arbitrum in like 4 minutes, and then rock and roll. In my opinion,
probably the best way to do it.
Dude, sideshifts, the bridges, I'm good on the bridges. Holy shit, all these bridges.
The
AVAX
pudgy
bridge is-
got you, right?
The AVAX bridge is pretty good with Core app. If you check out core.app, they have their bridges and their and their swap is very good. I don't know if they have. You said
Dude, you pick
Arbitrum.
up bridge. Everybody's got a fucking opinion on the bridge. Brother, just bridge with Rhino. Everyone's got an opinion on the bridges. Every time you talk about a bridge, people are like, you're a fucking idiot. You should have used this bridge. It's like, dude, Sideshift just sends it everywhere. What else do you want? What do you want? But I wouldn't be surprised if the AVAX bridge is good. I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, I don't know if it's the AVAX bridge. I don't know if it's their official one. Core.app is the one that's like really solid. I've had a great experience there.
Look at it. You can't even make this up. We got Sound Money coming through being like, nah, best bridge is Orbit Finance. After someone just said, I'm a retard and to use Rhino. Then we got this guy saying, use Owl 2 D bridge. Okay, don't know what that is. Then we got our own podcast saying across.to over here. Everyone's got an opinion on a bridge. Everybody.
If you're going to Arbitrum, across.to is going to have some of the lowest slippage.
Sorry, there's slippage on the bridge.
If it's not an official bridge, there's slippage.
Is it an icy bridge?
I mean, it's below 32.
That shit got hella black ice. You can't even
Bridges
see
ice
it, Nicky
before
Benz.
roadways.
Very nice. Very
Hella
nice.
black ice.
Yeah, so you're going to want to make sure you're doing it with ARB ETH, Nick. You're doing ETH on the bridge because you need the ARB ETH to spend on gas.
What the fuck? Sorry, hold on. Explain this to me. So I need to
You
bridge.
need Ethereum on Arbitrum for
Yeah.
gas, and then you need to bridge your ETH to the Arbitrum token because they use Arbitrum as the main currency, but the gas is paid in Ethereum. Talk about not being difficult. Talk about normie adoption. Talk about ease of use.
Time out. You can just side shift it to ETH on ARB.
Yes,
That's what you
exactly.
should do.
I'm just telling
That's
you,
the whole
make
ETH
sure to
bag
do
to
that.
ETH on ARB, and then you can swap ETH ARB to Hype.
Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Side shift is the best way to do it because you can pick what token it ends up as. That's the best. That's the best. It's the
And so
easiest.
you want ETH on Arbitrum is the guess.
Yes. Bang. And so just put it all into ETH on ARB, and then you can swap ETH on ARB to whatever you want, which in this case is Hyperliquid, which I'm also, by the way, interested in doing. I think Hyperliquid.
This may be one of the most ridiculous trades I have, but I'm just like, fuck it. Excuse me.
No, I think a more conservative version would be 50% of your bag.
Yeah,
but
I'm not going to send all of it, I think, but yeah, I like the move. I still have all of my ETH from when I sold the punk, and I'm just fucking down on that thing at this point.
Well,
Could be worse. I'm down on my punk.
It's tough. So I am interested in DYDX trading in this environment, though. So are we good on that soul short, or are we getting our faces ripped off?
No, we're up on it.
Okay. The idea, like, think about it. When everything's going down, it should feel easy to just short something. But I feel like if I pop open the platform and I just short Sol when everything's going down, it's gonna be like, what a relief rally, and all of a sudden, like, I'm just gonna get my face ripped off. That's kind of how it works, right? It's like, all right, all the shorts got liquidated. Now up only resumes.
One thing that I want to talk about while we're talking about price and like falling. Last Bitcoin cycle, we had 7 corrections. Over the course, 17%, 17%, 32%, 26%, 28%, 51%, and 25%. Like, do you feel that we've left the bull market, or this is just a bull market correction? Is kind of my question here.
I mean, my opinion. I won't even say it because my opinion.
I think there's some slight differences. And the one that I've seen circulating, which I watched, Plan B had posted a video, and he just sounded depressed.
Figure Plan B. Controversial.
Yeah, it was pretty hilarious. And I talked shit about him during the last cycle because he was one of the motivating factors of you being like, I will fucking guarantee that by the end of this year,
100.
Yeah, whatever it was.
Well, I mean, I was off by a 31K. I mean, if anything, that was a big lesson for me to never make time-based predictions ever. I mean, even Michael Saylor said the only time he lost money on Apple stock was when he bought a call option on it because he was off by a month. The time-based predictions, you're not doing yourself any favors. Look at Murad. He's just like all-time high in February. And it's just like, that nope, sorry. Like time-based prediction.
So what was I going to say? The thing that's interesting is, and what his explanation was, is that with traditional finance, this was Plan B's take.
Sure.
When the relative strength gets over a certain level, which it rarely does in stocks, but it does in Bitcoin historically. But when it gets above that level, traditional finance sells.
Yep.
And traditional finance now has a major holding in Bitcoin, basically. And so the outcome of that is it tempers the upside potentially. It may temper the downside some, but it essentially we've lost some degree of the volatility. That said, we had an epic run of Bitcoin post the launch of the ETFs and run up to
Huge rally.
Trump's election, basically.
So real quick, hold on. Well, a couple things. Remember, Nick, what I said that Andrew said on the show that I did with him last week, Andrew from Arch Public, he said right now we have as hard of a floor as we've ever had in Bitcoin's entire history and a softer ceiling. Remember soft ceiling?
I still don't understand what a soft ceiling means.
You just described soft ceiling.
No, he described hard ceiling. Is what he did.
No,
he said we're capped on the upside.
Capped on the upside is what soft ceiling means.
No, soft ceiling means you can break through higher.
You guys are thinking literally. You're thinking an actual ceiling.
Well, what's the point of a metaphor if it doesn't make
hard
sense?
Floor means? Does it mean we're gonna fall through the? That means you can go lower with a hard floor.
No,
is it a glass ceiling?
A hard floor means you can go through it harder. Like I'm confused. They have to be different. Hard floor and soft ceiling.
How about this? Ready, boys? A muted top. How's that?
Wait.
Okay.
No, he used the words hard.
I don't know. That makes sense.
Floor, soft ceiling. They're opposites. So one has to be we're either capped to the downside and unlimited upside, or capped to the upside and unlimited downside. And what he obviously meant was we have a hard floor, so we're backed on the floor. We're not going to go low, but we have a soft ceiling, so we can go very high. That's what he was trying to say.
No, he was not saying that. He was saying that the upside, the top would be muted because of exactly what Nick just described, basically. Exactly what Nick just described is that the floor is harder, meaning the chances of us going to 40 grand or some really low number are borderline impossible at this point, giving the floor that is being set by TradFi and potentially nation states in the near future, which is exactly what Nick essentially just said. He was talking about TradFi's involvement, okay? So you get a harder floor, but the volatility might be muted, okay? You guys got to understand this one.
So hard floor, hard ceiling.
I understand what you I was saying the volatility will be muted. That was what I was suggesting. That said, we just ran from 104K down to 84K and with a wick all the way down to 78K. How low does it go? Only the limbo players know, you know?
Anyway, guys, you got to be able to understand that one. So I think that it's...
Well, yeah, that wasn't a metaphor. It was literally the volatility is going to be dampened. It's not a metaphor. It's just straight a description of what's going on. Whereas when you're like a soft ceiling and
anyway, it's now I understand. Yeah. Anyway, so the shorts, do we just get liquidated? Everyone's in the audience.
No, I had a really tight stop loss. We lost like $160 on it. It was really small.
Lose money
we need to have easy stop trading right now, dude.
I need to just do nothing, like I said I was going to, because I was like, dude,
Sol is absolutely has an epic candle right now, dude. Literally
up
the best 5-minute candle since
God.
literally the Trump analysis.
It's absolutely sending. I'm watching it. I'm like, bro, this thing looked like shit 30 seconds ago, and I'm pushing right off it. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? All of them.
This is what
No. Now's the time to short it.
Yeah, now would be the time.
Short it again.
Look at the S&P here too. Close the gap it opened up at, and now push it back down. So now I'm like, fuck. Do I go back short?
Open the short.
All right, we're gonna open the short.
Well, though, actually, this candle looks pretty good on the 5 minutes. If I'm being honest, we got it.
All right, Nick, what are we doing here? I'm following your lead.
Hold on 1 second. Wait it. Short it at 145 or 144.50.
Put a limit in.
144.50. All right, we'll put a limit in. We'll put a limit in.
This is hilarious. I mean, this is exactly what I described. This is how I picture myself doing like leverage trading. Would be, well, everything's going down and there's no good news. I'm going to short this. It's going to be a beautiful hedge against my huge bag that I'm holding.
You know what? Fucking short it.
Short it.
Short it right here. Okay, we'll short it. 20x leverage.
Yeah.
All right, 20x leverage. We're going whole bag, 20x leverage. Liquidation at 145.08.
Do it. Send it.
All right, we're in.
Are you
We're doing
serious?
it. Whole bag, whole thing's in.
Are you serious?
Yup.
Do we have a
Make or
stop
break,
loss?
baby.
There's
No
no
stop
stop
loss.
loss there.
You
No
guys
stop
fucking-
loss.
You're fucking with me.
No
right
stop loss. Nope, we're in.
now. You're fucking with me.
Nope.
What's our liquidation point on the upside?
145.08.
Can we see the screen?
Wow,
so
that's pretty aggressive.
It's easy screen. Scroll down to the
Can we
P&L.
see our position right now?
I
I didn't
wanna-
realize we were going that ham.
Yeah, scroll down slightly. We're up
I can't tell if it's
$89. If you look at the P&L down there at the bottom,
I can't tell if it's a joke.
Nope, we're in.
I'm
Whole
liking this
bag.
1
Either we
minute.
blow the
pull
account up or
pull
we
up the
die.
1 minute candle. 1 minute candle. Very nice.
candle
Very
loading.
nice. What's our? Where do we see our position, Prof? P&L. There we go. I'm about to make you back. I'm about to make you back your gains or your
Ooh,
If
losses.
we push all the way down to 136, Nick, we're rich.
How rich?
We'll probably make a couple grand.
Not looking good on this candle.
Nope. Do we cut it? Do we cut it? Do we cut it?
No, no. I think I don't know why this thing pumped.
Liquidation's
Honestly,
right here.
People are asking what platform. It's DYDX, the best platform for stuff like this.
is this real?
I don't know, but that would make sense that now that he's the crypto czar, all of his conflicts of interest would be removed.
Look at this.
139.
Rejection.
Go. What
off of
happened to the
EMA.
candle?
Well, I'm showing the larger candle on the EMA.
Get
here.
out.
This
Let's look
candle
at
on
our.
DYDX.
There we go, dude. There we go.
Oh,
This
fair
is what I'm
market.
talking about.
we're
Where
just
are we-
live shorting majors all day.
Are we taking profit on this?
Nope.
Why?
We let it ride, baby.
How long?
Until all
The
of our
whole
gains
day.
are gone and we've lost our money.
What are the games right now?
$300.
362.
I think I think we can go a little bit lower here. My target is somewhere around 137, 138. I don't know.
Right here, 136.84.
Blake just said we're cheering on a short for a couple $100 when we hold a shitload more in spot. I mean, it's like the combined Solana bag of the people on this show is an amount of money that someone that like works like a
Okay.
school teacher would be like, what?
I don't know. What's up with this candle? It's a 1 minute
Not
candle.
worried about it. Dude, so this is what I'm more interested in. The S&P just giga nuked after closing the gap. Giga nuked off of it.
So we have a new gap.
No,
it's
gap's
not
filled.
technically
It
a
opened
gap.
here. Filled the gap and then tanked.
Oh, S&P pulling up a little bit though.
Yep,
Oh
yep,
wow.
yep, yep,
Okay,
yep.
hold on. Go back to our position.
What
I
are we?
don't know.
We're up 350, 300, 289.
Let's cut it.
Cut it. Cut it. Cut it.
Look to win.
That's how it's done, folks. $250 richer.
We're not cut yet, right?
It's cut.
There we go. Good. All right. Nice trade. There we go.
Oh yeah, that was totally worth my heart beating.
Like when you can lose what, $3,000 on the upside, and we made $250 there on the upside.
That was crazy. I
That
don't
was fun.
know. Yeah.
Where are
that-
we at? Pull the 1 minute back up though here on this. Let's just take a look. Re-enter.
He said re-enter, we're re-entering.
Are we?
If Nick says it, we're re-entering.
I was kind
Hold
of joking, but
Hold on. Let's. I mean, I feel like there's got to be a more technical way to.
I like it. I like it. Re-enter.
All right, 20x leverage, we re-entered.
Why can't I see it on the screen?
I'll share it now. Immediately underwater, $70.
We're gonna give back all of our gains? I like this one. Wow, we got a bad entry on that one.
Terrible fill.
Oh, this is a bad candle.
They're
We're
very
handing it
bad. We're about
back.
to give it all back.
Handing it back to the house.
Oh my
We're
god.
giving it all back. Liquidation's at 142.
of the whole bag.
Yep, whole thing.
That's really
That's crazy.
risky. That's really, really risky.
It's very risky, dude.
I
Go
mean-
down. Go down. Go down. Price go down.
Sell your Solana.
Price
Everybody,
go down.
sell your Solana right now.
Yeah. If you're and sell your fucking Solana.
Okay, get out of this position.
How about Nick?
Get
You're
out
like,
of this
am I gonna move the price on
Get
Solana?
out of the position.
No, get out of this position. What the
Get
fuck?
out
I'm
of the
trying.
position. Oh, we're fucked.
It's not letting me close the position.
Oh my God, what's happening?
It's not letting me close the position.
What is happening?
It's not letting me close the position.
Close it.
Oh, we're fucked.
Bad is this going right
It's not letting me
Oh
close it.
my
You're
God.
basically giving back the previous win.
Oh my
now?
God.
It looks like we're about to give away all our money for no reason.
What the
Close it.
fuck?
Close.
That was
It's
close.
closed.
What was that?
How much did we lose on that?
$400.
$280.
All right. That's not that bad. That's not that
Oh,
bad.
that was painful.
And we're back to where we started.
That's okay.
But we're having a lot of
Short
fun
it.
along the way.
So
Short
I'm
it.
shorting it. I'm shorting it. I'm shorting it.
Yeah, but hold on.
20x short.
Did we just lose? Did we just lose 1,500?
No.
Oh,
We lost like $400.
okay. That's not bad. That's not bad.
That would have been a
Like
bad
50.
short. Please
All right,
don't.
I'm logging it.
No.
That feels like it makes sense.
Okay, PS says long it. 20x.
We logged it. We logged Sol.
Oh, did we really?
Yeah, it's submitted.
All right, buy back. Everyone who sold, buy back.
We're in.
Buy back.
Here we go.
Well, we're down currently.
We're down $10.
There's not much I can do, OG Super Ninja.
Ray's in charge, OG Super Ninja. Ray makes the final call here.
Did you guys see the story about
feel like the long position?
the Bitcoin streamer who got robbed at gunpoint?
Who?
Yeah, is that even real?
I mean, it's a story.
Does she have evidence of this?
I mean,
This
Who's
girl's
there?
like an OnlyFans chick, like who suddenly started tweeting about how she killed some kidnappers who came after her Bitcoin.
Oh, right. She shot one of them dead. It's like, what are we talking about, dude?
But
yeah,
did
she
she?
had 200 and some Bitcoin, and then like 3 people came and kidnapped her. She killed one of them.
It
What
says
the other guys do?
alleged incident.
Yeah,
I don't
know.
believe it. I'm sticking my neck out here and calling some fake news on this one.
Fake news, baby.
So I shouldn't do some more research into this one.
As in, like, go to her.
She's actively tweeting while she's holding a gun. Like, is that what's going on? She's like, literally, she has a sequence of tweets where she's being robbed, and the thing, her safety involves a gun and taking a pause from protecting herself. There's a video. Okay,
No.
let's see this. How's our position though? Can we get that up there?
We're closing it. We're closing it. We're closing it. We're closing it.
Are we just getting wrecked?
Oh yeah, nonstop.
How much do we lose on this one?
$140.
Okay.
We just got chopped.
Absolutely chopped the fucking high hell, dude.
OnlyFans models and shorting and longing with leverage. Welcome to the Daily Bone podcast.
Our
where we do
viewership is up
gambling and
substantially.
nudity. Okay, what else do we got here today? Nick, can you actually do some technical levels on like trying to predict a bottom on like Sol Bitcoin? Like, I'd be really interested to see like where you think a good entry could be,
I like
as
that.
opposed to like these short-term swings, if that makes sense.
Yeah, hold on, give me 2 seconds here. I mean, honestly, the levels aren't the level on Bitcoin is 73. That one's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, 72, 73 is what I've seen floated around. I think we hit 78 on the last dump.
This is my level down here. I'm on a new level. So that's one of them. The other thing I would look at, ETH is just ugly. I mean, holy shit. 1900 ETH. Solana. Yesterday I said 85. What did I say? Hold on. I'm on the, I got another chart. I think that has a bunch of lines. What the hell? Why is this Bitcoin chart at $100? What is taking place here?
Just hit the A button, Nick.
The A button?
Yeah, hover over it, and at the bottom there's an A. No, just look down. Hover over, click that A. There you go.
Okay, that was nice. Good. Look at that. A for alpha. Yeah, that was some alpha right there, bro. Yo, short it, dude. Short it. So our short position probably would have been the main play here. We just chopped ourselves for no good reason. Look at Solana. The short really would have been the way to do it, and then walk away and not look. You can't look at a levered trade, dude. You just can't look at it. So Solana, I'm on the 5-minute. Let me get out of here. I had us going as low as 85, dude. But the real thing that we're looking at here is this level, 127. That's the number that you're looking at for Solana, where obviously there's another level here, but I have this. This is a soft bottom, Pio. Soft bottom. Many in the gay community actually call people. That's a nickname.
Wow.
Soft bottom. So I've heard people call you that. So anyways, hey, actually another tangential story that I want to bring up after we get here. So 127 is the level I'm looking at. If we break below 127, I don't know. Well,
probably like $8.
I'm not calling 8. But I see strength down at 85. I don't know. I just feel like we're in such a weird place. But my level of bearishness has me a little bit skeptical that we go as low as those levels. But I would pick up some Solana at $85. Your boy will be buying back in size at that point. But I'm feeling pretty good. I'm not looking at my bags for the most part. As painful as it's been to see it go down as low as it is, I have enough out of the market that I'm feeling pretty good. The other story is the "Why are you gay" guy.
Oh yeah, that story. He commented on. I was following that. I forget who posted it first, but I was following that token. I was like, this one's like kind of interesting. I saw he commented.
Mario Novel has a partnership with them and did a space with the "Why are you gay" guy. What?
Yep. And that token was so bundled. Did you see the launch?
He's just like, he's like, this is the best meme coin I've ever seen. Ask me, why are you gay?
Yeah, of course, Mario loved it. Because Mario's of like questionable sexuality. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no doubt Pio's missing out on the
fucking pulled my headphone cord out
right at the best part.
Wow.
I said because he's of questionable sexuality. Like, you know, not that it matters, but I think he's someone, you know, it's like if you're living in like Arab nation like Dubai is a very supportive, you know, welcoming place. They allow Jews there, for example. But you know, I wouldn't want to be Jewish in like
Saudi Arabia.
Although there are Jewish people in Saudi Arabia, but
what's the word? Iran?
Yeah, whatever it is, there's areas where it's probably not as safe.
What's the worst? Iran?
Gaza?
Yeah, probably living in Palestine and saying that you're Israeli would be like a bad move.
That's the worst.
But, yeah, but wow, look at this token.
This is the "Why are you gay" chart. It ran all the way up. It wicked to 32 million. It was like 98% bundled by insiders, I believe. And now it's dropped all the way back down to 1.4 mil. Pretty much down only since its initial peak.
Dude, Blake said Kanye's house is the worst place.
Yeah, that's probably right.
Nicky said Kanye's house. All right, I thought that was funny.
So Mario Novel hosting a space with the "Why are you gay?" guy. Like, what a ridiculous thing. I mean, this is a pump and dump. Look
Yeah,
at this chart.
It's exactly what we've been talking about with like Libra and everything else. It's like the playbook. I'm like trying to find. I'm trying to go back and find his like Mario Nawfal's tweets about it.
Did he delete them?
Maybe it was the round table.
He definitely
crypto round table account.
For sure it was. Because he's posting like news about people getting like lit on fire on the main account. So like, yeah, I think crypto stuff's only on the round table.
He quote tweeted Rasmer.
Did he?
Yeah, saying that Frank's still trading.
He did, or the round table did?
The round table.
Yeah.
The space is deleted.
Of course it is. That's grimy. That's grimy, dude.
This is the guy here. Like he's still like shilling it.
Well, actually, go to that guy's account because he's the one that retweeted the space.
We are live now. The sailors and jits are all gay. We're gonna send it to the moon. Let's send it to the moon.
Okay, can you get out of the scroll through and see where he retweeted the space? Gay is here.
This is by him. This is a Mario roundtable where they launched it.
No, but there was an official one where they posted it.
Partnership by Mario Nawfal here.
Yeah, there it is. Grab that tweet.
Yep.
Yeah, so can you send me the link to that?
Oh boy. Nick's about to cook. Here we go. Yeah. Nick's about to cook.
Live cooking. I'm gonna see if I can find. So there's also like a "Why Are You Gay" Twitter account that they might have posted the space from, but I can't find that right now because they had like their own personal Twitter account for the actual token. Telegram. They might have deleted it, to be honest.
Who deleted what?
He made a new Twitter account, I think, for this token, but I'm not seeing it anywhere. I mean, I can honestly listen to this guy all day.
Why are you gay, meme? I got some exciting news for you. The "Why are you gay" meme coin is dropping.
I mean, this is ridiculous.
How much money did this guy make from this? I mean, look at this chart.
Well, like Sound Money saying what's probably right is like that guy probably got paid like a nominal amount of money, a lot for him, but not a lot of money, like 100 grand, 150 grand. And then the Haydens on the back end extracted probably a lot, like 5 million or something. I mean, yeah.
Got here top traders. Probably all insiders here making mid 5 figures. I mean, it wasn't pumped for a very long time, and it was mostly bundled. So I don't know how much like liquidity is like left like to extract in these things. It's only getting up to 32 million for something like this that's 99% bundled. Like shows that there's a bit of restraint within the meme trading community. Only $9.5 million worth of volume.
You're telling me that people did not rush in droves to pump the "Why Are You Gay" guys token?
That's what I'm telling you. I know it's hard to believe, but I think that's just the world we live in now.
I mean, no shame. No shame. Doing a paid promotion of a meme coin in the middle of a meme coin bear market and it just absolutely getting rugged right out the gate is sinister.
Right after the Hayden stuff, he just did a Hayden.
Overarch makes a good point. Solana's issue is culture. Like no KOLs call this behavior out and just shrug their shoulders. We are not a serious space at the moment. I mean, there's only so much you can do to call this out. Like, I feel like we're calling it out right now, being like, this is terrible.
Mario.
It's not the first time he's done it, and he gets called out for it every time. It's just not going to change. Like, the guy doesn't give a shit.
Yeah. I have an interesting play here and a question. Fed rate cuts in March. 90 some percent on the no change. 91%. Not saying we're going to get a rate cut in March, but is the yes here at 7% potentially a buy?
So real quick,
for when?
March.
For
March 20th. 2 weeks.
I wouldn't buy that, but what I would do is I want to pay attention to the poly market odds on all this rate cut stuff, because I think this is probably the most important thing to watch for this year. So right now we're priced in pretty favorably for 75 basis points this year, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I mean, it's pretty neck and neck with
50. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But four is also like kind of close too. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
So
we're looking at like if you like just go 3 or more, that's what 30, 42, 48, 53%, 61% saying 3 or more.
we're in a multi-year rate cut cycle, which is awesome. And there's no situation that Bitcoin doesn't do well over the course of a multi-year rate cut cycle. And some people think this could be one of the longer rate cut cycles. So this is awesome. So basically, I'm just going to be accumulating everything during this period, just chilling. I'm not going to be longing and shorting. Maybe I will. That was pretty fun, and I feel like there's something there. But I do like hedging that way. Us getting completely liquidated $2 above what we shorted at is that's a little gnarly for me. I don't think I can do that. But other than that, yeah, I mean, like, look, this is interesting. This is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to take the yes on the rate cuts and seeing like not maybe even just like scalping it. Like if it gets up to 14 or 15%, like that's still like not unlikely to happen.
I actually don't like for March.
Yeah, for March.
Ain't gonna happen.
I don't love it. You're saying for a scalp?
Actually, it's less than 1% for a 21 basis point increase.
You're not going to get an increase.
Or sorry. I'm backwards right now. Yeah, 8%. 8% for a 25.
Up from 7%. You missed your scalp.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you go 8 to 12, and that's 50%.
I think you'll get a little more. You could get a little more action with this.
I don't think we're going to cut either, but I do think that like news surrounding this could make a difference.
Our Solana short would have done well if we had held it.
I reopened one and we just made $754. We're back in the green on the day.
Oh, good.
Let's go.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, and this rate cut actually already doubled too. So maybe we missed the entry here. It was 3.5% yesterday for a 25 bips decrease.
I would literally just scalp this though. Like I don't think
right. Not holding it through resolution.
Dude, there's some people that are gonna get tired of like you can't just rule with an iron fist and say that everything is like and just eliminate everything. I don't know. We're testing the limits of it. We'll see what happens.
Easy is indeed addicted. We know that.
Look at how fast. Did you buy this?
I didn't buy it, but I brought it up. We're back to 7.
It's now back down to 7. Here's your opportunity, Ray.
I don't know if I'm signed up on this Chrome profile, but we could do a little live. Trade here.
Well, it's not the most exciting because the chart doesn't move. Are you still in the short position, Easy, or did you close it for the game?
I closed it at that 135 level.
Let's go.
Yeah, we're not allowed in the U.S. and France for poly market, so I need to go over to Portugal to do this one. Unlike Kalshi, which you can do in the U.S. Interesting, but I may make this trade later today if I can find a cheap flight. $100 to win 1,200. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we wrap? Been a little bit over an hour now. I can run through some of the bigger news
No.
events.
I'm having Mando on my MicroStrategy pod today, and we're going to be talking about a lot of different stuff. I think it's going to be a juicy one, so that's going to be a lot of fun. He's like determined to talk about MicroStrategy. I'm like, well, let's go. Let's go.
And that's at 11:30 a.m. Eastern.
Oh shit, yeah, I guess it is. Because he's in Portugal or whatever. So okay, 11:30 a.m. Let's go.
Yeah, so that'll be a good one. I will be in the background producing that, watching it as well. These have been really good. I've been enjoying them, learning a lot about MicroStrategy, Bitcoin, macro at large. So highly suggest you tune into these. A lot of fun. And Mando's definitely a good listen as well. I'm just interested to see like where he is on macro. Like listening to a full session on macro is going to be great.
Yeah, well, we might go like over an hour. We're going to talk about MicroStrategy and macro. We don't really have to talk about Bitcoin itself because like what even is there to talk about? The things go into $1 million, then to $10 million. Like what do we have to say? But anyway, yeah.
Anything else before we get out of here? Easy, Nick.
No.
No, we're good. Yeah, we're good.
All righty. Well, thank you all for listening today on a wonderful Tuesday. You can catch us on all major podcasting platforms, Spotify, Apple, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Watch us back on YouTube. See what we're talking about. Watch us live, short and long, the market in real time on DYDX. Thank you all for listening. Have a wonderful Tuesday.